everybody. Today's topic is working with the love warrior within us. The love warrior is an archetype, a part of our subconscious that shows up, especially for people who have two very important values that they uphold. One of those values is love, believing that love is important, that love is priority, love gives meaning to life and is beautiful and we want to experience it. And then the second value is taking action, is being proactive on the things that we want to see in our lives. So when those two values come together, it's very often that they form the so-called love warrior within us. And that love warrior can show up very strongly in our relationships. And it can actually be an amazing service to us. Because what the love warrior will do is he's gonna listen to our heart. He's gonna listen to where our love is. And he's gonna be like, right, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make this happen. And he is gonna make this happen. He's gonna make love happen. So that is a beautiful component of our psyche. However, if you're like me, you might also overdo it sometimes. And when you overdo it, what happens is that you can build anger and resentment and frustration, and you can actually come to a place where you get confused as to what love is and how you can actually get it in this world. And what happens, and the reason why this happens, is actually because there's three specific ways in which the love warrior falls in his shadow aspect. So the first way is that the love warrior will self-sacrifice in the name of love, meaning he will neglect his own needs and he would just be right, okay, I need to make this happen, tell me what is needed, I'm making it happen. So that's the first way. The second way is he's going to struggle to survive. So what that means is that he will just basically look at our partner in our relationship and he would be like, right, I can see that it's winter here. I can see that the food is scarce, but I'm just gonna like kind of cuddle up and like toughen up and I'm gonna wait for better conditions. And within that period of time, I'm just gonna be okay with the scarcity of love that's going on here. And the third strategy that the love warrior will use is basically the love warrior will be all about service. And it will be all about serving that other person. And like kind of, you know, as a warrior would serve on the battlefield on behalf of everyone else involved, it's gonna be about, right, so there is a problem. If there is a problem, it's my responsibility to solve it. And what that means is that I'm going to do all the inner and outer work necessary so that you don't have to. And what that does is that it doesn't leave any space for the other person to love you. And that's really something that is not in service. So what can you do actually? That's the question. If you find yourself overdoing it with your love warrior. Well, there's three specific tactics that I've used and have worked for me that I would like to share. So the first tactic is actually meeting that love warrior, like seeing him in your mind's eye. Like you can even imagine what's their hair like what's their clothes like, what's their weapon like, everything. And then being like, right, love warrior, thank you so much for your service. I really appreciate everything that you've done for me and for my relationship and for my well-being. But right now, I want you to know that this war is over. This specific war, where you've had to fight for love and you've had to fight for it to happen, is over. Thank you so much for your service. And doing that, what's happening is you separate yourself from that aspect of you and you appreciate its service, but you also don't identify with it, and you also give it a clear signal that something is happening, something is changing. So once the love warrior has been released from their service, what do? Well, they are still a warrior. And what that means is that unless you give them another task to go after, they will return back to the previous one. So what that new task can be is one of two things. You can be like, okay, I want you to direct that warrior energy onto something else. That can be, for example, this creative project that I want to bring out into this world. I want to direct that heart-based energy into that project. That can be one way. Another way can be, for example, creating a character within you that is not an actual person that you've ever met, that is just a side of you, a character that is a lover for you. So someone from the opposite gender that you find attractive in some way, and just directing some love towards them. Every time you start thinking about your partner or about like that someone else that you feel like you love but something's not working out, kind of returning back within and giving that love to that character you've created that is actually you. But having a character gives you that space where you can actually really relate to something, because loving ourselves is such a generic concept and is so hard to embody, and having something visual really helps, or at least has helped me. And the last thing that you can do, the third thing you can do that for me has been extremely helpful, is basically take a decision. Take a decision that you're going to stop fighting for love, and for some time, like for the next period of time, whatever you want that to be, can be a month, can be 2 weeks, can be whatever, you are going to focus on having love come easily into your experience. So no more fighting for love. You are exploring the other side of the spectrum where love is easy. And what that does, it creates that spectrum for you where you might want to come back somewhere in the middle at some point. You might want still that love warrior to kick in and to, create this beautiful flow in your love life. But doing that in a healthy way, doing that in a way where you also know that love can also come easily to you. So these are the 3 things I would recommend you guys to do if you find yourself overdoing it with your love warrior. So the first one is thanking your love warrior for his service. The second one is giving him something new to do. And the third one is declaring that love is going to be easy for you from now on. Hope this has been useful. Have an amazing day.